KDB.
Beats Planet.
And if Zeke go to Philly, I take all the respect back. All of it. All the respect back. Hey, man, let me tell you how toxic this motherfucker is, boy. Let me just tell you how toxic he is. Let me just tell you just how ridiculous all this thing just kind of ties into, Will Steele. We see Nuke Hopkins posting Instagrams with his location on, flirting with us, right? Zeke is the relationship that we should have been let go, but we don't know how to break up, right? And we just keep getting beat on and abused by Zeke. And we finally get the courage to break up with Zeke. And everybody starts talking, I want him back, keep going through that don't know how to break up thing. And as soon as we finally get the courage to fully step away from Zeke, they go holler at our best friend, dog. Like if Zeke go to Philly, bro, it's such a slap to the face.
I didn't know what you were talking about. I came on Twitter and I see he just narrowed it down. And he has the Philadelphia Eagles as one of his options. Wow.
Why, sir? Why? To be petty? Why? You know, you can go to Kansas City, you can go to Cincinnati, you can go be with the Jets if you like. You got all the, not all the options in the world to be fair, but you got options, sir. What you want to go to Philly for? Go to Philly for. At the end of the day, I don't feel a way about it because I know the Zeke that just left us better than they know the Zeke that just left us. You know what I mean? So that's going to affect them more than it's going to affect me. But, dog, we don't really feel away until they start going over to the other territory. You know what I mean? Like, I want Zeke to retire for real. I don't want Zeke to wear them colors. You know what I'm saying? That ain't,
Well, if you look at his options, though, the Bengals, they got a running back one already, Mixon, so he'll be RB2. The Jets, they got their rookie running back. He got injured, so he'd probably be part of they two back. He'd be RB2. And the Eagles, they got their RB1. So, they're quarterback. So. And
that motherfucker can throw. So, hey, look, see, you want to be a running back over there? You got to throw football. You got to throw the football to be a running back over there.
You want to be their third back,
Oh, man. Just a few jokes before we get going. This is all 32 day. We're doing a mock draft today. I'm your host, Voch Lombardi, man.
AKA Ferrari.
VOCHLOMBARD. I'm being point guarded by the best in the business. Master William, Big Willie. What's good with you, sir? What's happening?
I am Smack Talker Skywalker, and I got a mic saber for a hater.
It is WrestleMania week, and next week it'll be, so in a couple weeks. So I had to bring back the Shure FM7B with my WrestleMania /MCU deal on here. So I had to bring back the mic for y'all, man. It's good.
There you go, man. There you go. Everything, man. I saw somebody in the chat say that a lot of people burning Zeke jerseys. Let me tell you something. I ain't never gonna be that mad at sports where I burn shit that I paid money for.
No.
I'm way too cheap. It ain't that serious, dog. Master William, roundtables coming Friday, sir. And I just wanted to, I always got to check in every day to make sure ain't nothing changed. So I asked you back, so I said, Will, you still good for Friday? He was like, yeah. I can ask Sequoia, he normally good. I can ask Law, he normally good. We normally work around Foots' schedule because everybody's free but him. Last time we did the roundtable, hey, Foots, we want to work around you. Foots, we want you to decide. Foots, when you gonna be free? Foots say, yo, listen, gang, I'm gonna be free at 9 Eastern, 8 Central. We go, all right, Foots. 7:59 get here. Foot show us a picture of this damn DJ equipment that he got at this party. He at this party talking about I'll be home in 10 minutes. You a lie. You didn't even know.
I'm about to say, he sent a picture of him drumming at church. I got y'all. Come on, fam.
So I gotta ask every day, man, just to make sure everything is good. So if you good, I'm good. I know everybody for the most part. I'm gonna tap in with Foots. We'll be doing roundtable on Friday. Appreciate you, sir.
Yes, sir.
We got a little bit of Daniel Jeremiah mock today. Y'all know we come together on Thursdays. We do mock drafts just to kind of take a look at the trends, just to see who's rising, who's falling. And, when we get mocks from these big media guys, that's when we figure out what they're hearing. So, we just use mocks to gather information. Plus, y'all keep asking, for mocks. Y'all love mock draft content. And Voch don't do them. So if I don't do them, the best way for y'all to get your mock content is for us to react to them. So with that being said, Will Steele, you ready, sir?
Yes, sir. Let's do it.
Let's get into it, man. The phones is open. Let me see. Phones lit. Phones are lit. So y'all can tap in whenever y'all want to. If you got the number, you got it. All right, let's do these. Daniel Jeremiah's mock draft 3-point settle. Let's do it. Let me minimize this and look over here so I can see where Will Steele and them at. There y'all go. All right. So a bit of a development. You know what I'm saying? We got Bryce Young as the first quarterback off the board. And honestly, Chad, I wonder how much we care about quarterback content. You know what I'm saying? I wonder how much we really care about the goings on up top. Like how many Texas fans besides Eastside Harold tune in to us? You know what I mean? How many Panthers fans tuned in? Just so they want to know about the quarterback race. I sincerely don't feel like Bryce Young is going to be a guy that's first overall because I think you trade up to go get a dude that gets upside. But Daniel Jeremiah hear shit. You know what I'm saying? So that being said, boom, boom, boom. Bryce Young, we're gonna blaze through these next few because it starts to, once one domino falls, they just kind of keep on going. Go ahead, Will.
Did you hear about not hear about, but did you see CJ Stroud's? I know he's the second pick here.
Mhm.
His pro day and
Yeah.
how the Panthers staff seemed to be, buddy with him.
Yeah. So I think the Panthers just kind of going on this tour because news came out and said, oh, we're enamored with Anthony Richardson, but we don't know what that means. But we actually see him at CJ Stroud's pro day, and
Right.
they hugging and shit.
Right.
You know what I mean? They shaking hands, they signing contracts and shit. Like it just looks like, ooh, we love this one. They're gonna be in Tuscaloosa today, I believe. So if we get any information on the Teppers and what they doing in Tuscaloosa, then we'll see what happens there. But for sure, Will, still fantastic observation. The whole thing about Bryce versus CJ, Will Steele. Let me ask you a question, sir. The draft analyst Will Steele, 2 quarterbacks.
Hardly.
Bryce Young is the quarterback that's been fantastic his whole career. He's been better than CJ Stroud his whole career. But CJ Stroud had one game in the playoffs versus Georgia that's better than everything that Bryce Young has ever done. What do you do about that?
It really comes down to preference. I would ask those who are evaluating these 2 quarterbacks to kind of give me what separates the 2.
Yeah.
And whatever Bryce Young does better than CJ, or CJ does better than Bryce Young, how much better?
Sure.
You know what I'm saying? How much? Because if there's not a big gap between the 2, a lot of people probably say you can't go wrong. Well, I was going to ask you a question about CJ Stroud since we're here.
Please.
Do you fall into the don't draft the helmet when it comes to certain players? Because a lot of people have said, I saw this early in draft season, Ohio State quarterbacks don't work in the league.
Sure.
Do you think about that?
I think you'll be foolish to not draft the helmet sometimes because you can get certain things from drafting a helmet. The type of player, the work ethic, the coaching that you get from some of these players. Example, Will Steele, if you see a tight end from Iowa, you can pretty much bank that player is going to be, you know what I mean? If you see an offensive lineman from Wisconsin, you see a D lineman, especially these days, D lineman from Georgia, that can make you feel like, hey, let me watch this player a little bit more. Like it should all come down to film versus film, right? Because the kid from Utah may be better than the kid from Iowa this year. We're talking about Kincaid versus Sam Laporta or whatever. But for the most part, we know that Iowa has this track record of putting tight ends out. We know that Ohio State DBs. You know what I mean? Those guys typically end up pretty good. LSU DBs, So I think sometimes you have to scout the helmet because that could just be a little cheat code, right? Like I'm having problems with Luke Van Ness, right? He's a D lineman, but if I put him versus Clemson D line, Miles Murphy or something like that, or just Brian Bryce or whatever, right? Let's just say I got both those dudes close. I can in the back of my mind go, hey, these dudes are real close. I might just roll with the Iowa dude because I know how they get down. I know how their program tends to rock. So you can't straight up and down grade the helmet, but sometimes there is a trend of certain guys coming from certain schools.
You put that's very true. And you brought up the Iowa, that's a perfect example. Clemson, because we talked about the Clemson guys yesterday. Hell, even the Iowa defensive ends kind of seem to all be very similar. I think another one is kind of Big Ten tight ends. They kind of come away with the same thing. So don't necessarily scout the helmet, but it's not a bad thing, is what you're saying.
Yeah. And it really comes down to like coaching staffs, right? Coaching staffs. Like I remember I said this on Patreon the other day. I don't know how long y'all been outside in draft world, right? But I played football in Mississippi. And once upon a time, Mississippi State was an O-line factory. Right, like they had the best O-line coaches, and people from all around the country went to Mississippi State to their O-line camps to learn all the ins and outs of O-line. But when you get coaching changes, you go, well, all right, then shit changes, things happen, right? So I think coaches from these colleges come and go as these coaches do. Yeah. So when you get these coaches that have a long tenure, or these assistant coaches, position coaches, strength and conditioning coaches, while we talk about the Wisconsin, Iowa guys, those guys really build a reputation. So scouting the helmet ain't that bad sometimes.
Folks saying the phone lines aren't open.
Oh, my bad.
The conference has been unlocked.
They open now. My bad, y'all. I apologize. Let's get back into it. That's a fantastic question, though, Will Steele. Let's see. All right. Let's keep going here. Because the Ohio State receivers, the past, 9 of them, Will Steele? Shit. Harrison coming out next year? My
Scout
goodness.
that damn helmet, yeah.
I know, right? Will Anderson goes to Arizona. That seems to be consistent. I think they being a coward with the whole Jalen Carter thing, but cool. Anthony Richardson is the third quarterback off the board. That may be a thing. Keep going. Now, this is interesting. I haven't seen this before. The first corner comes off the board at 6 overall. Witherspoon doesn't have ideal size, 5'11" and a half, 180 pounds, but his game is very similar to that of Denzel Ward. Okay. Who, like Witherspoon, played his college football in the Big Ten? Detroit has some. I don't know.
I think this might be the first time I've seen him mock that high.
Right. So we had this conversation the other day, Will Steele. We was talking about, I don't know if you was here or not, but the value of those top picks, and I said it yesterday on 105.3 The Fan on the Get Right with Reg and KG, is that this position a couple years ago, you could have got like Micah Parsons, you could have got Rashawn Slater, you could have got Pat Surtain, you know what I mean? Those dudes are on the board. Number 6 this year ain't gonna be like number 6 of previous years. I've watched Devin Witherspoon from Illinois, cornerback, and I don't think he's a 6 overall guy. But this the draft that you in, like this the draft world that you have to live in. This is a world where like trading back may be better for you. You know what I'm saying? But Witherspoon at 6 overall, chat. I'm gonna be looking at y'all like this. Me looking at Will Steele. This me looking at the chat. This me looking at the mock draft. Chat. I'm gonna look at y'all and just ask y'all like, what do y'all feel about Devin Witherspoon going 6th overall? I'm not a huge, like if I'm the Lions and I get him at 6, I mean, sure, you have a corner that goes here at 6, but that ain't a player that really fits 6 overall to me. But whatever, that's just this draft, and that's just where they picking it. So it is what it is.
I feel like I always see them get corner.
Sure. But to be fair though, if that's just what they offer you in this draft, cool. It'll help you. You know, we know the Lions need defense, and hey, defense is defense, and so there you go. Unless you trade that pick for a first-round pick next year, and that's now you're going to Golden Corral, sir. Tyree Wilson has taken a bit of a fall. Not a bad fall, but a couple of spots. He was a guy that's always around 5. Now he's at 7. All right, cool. Christian Gonzalez in the top 10. I'm guessing teams are coming to the consensus that these that they would rather have these cornerbacks than these miscellaneous picks. So fine. Peter Skoronski goes at 9. Look, I don't care what none of y'all say. Skoronski ain't a 9th overall player. Y'all can, hey.
But again, this is the class you're dealing with, and if I can remove the actual player, I don't mind them taking a lineman because they need to protect their quarterback. But they got to get a lineman. Just hope whoever it is hits.
As we talk about Iowa D lineman, Luke Van Ness goes to Philly. Now, me and Will still won't be doing a show together. But if the Eagles walk away with Luke Van Ness, I'm asking Will Steele to hit the Bobby Schmurda beat. You know what I'm saying? Because we're gonna celebrate.
Jello Beats, holla at me.
Like if Luke, I'm not that big on Luke Van Ness.
This would be.
I'm not that big on Luke Van Ness at 10. But most importantly, if Luke Van Ness goes 10, that means Bijan didn't go 10.
Wait a minute. Were they bored? They just say, Luke Van Ness to the Eagles, whatever. Because I don't know how this makes sense. Let me see here.
It doesn't make sense to me.
They signed the Florida State kid to a nice contract, right? Sweat.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, Brandon Graham. All right, yeah, he's up there in age, I guess. But where they put him at inside?
Luke Van Ness is a 4-eye, sometimes 3-tech power rushy. So people call him like a JJ Watt type character. I don't think he's of the skill set of JJ Watt, but look at how the Texans used him.
Okay.
Right? they'll use JJ Watt as a 4-eye 3-tech guy, sometimes 2-tech guy. Luke Van Ness.
They just saying put him on the field.
Just put him anywhere. Just put him somewhere. But I don't get a player that's like that for me. So
I mean, and I don't know who their new defense coordinator is, but the previous one seemed to run more traditional 4-3 type stuff. So
yeah. All right. I'm just looking at the chat. Look at the Eagles' second pick. I'm 99% sure he forgot he gave them Van Ness already. He just didn't want to redo it. Okay, I'll let you
tell
do
them
that.
they got him another defense end.
They got 2 defensive. Yeah, they just forgot that. they just forgot. They should be throwing these shits together for y'all.
Fact.
All right, let's move on, man. Jackson Smith-Njigba. That's gonna be the first oh no button for me. He goes to Tennessee. The Titans need to add some playmakers on offense. Jackson Smith-Njigba is a pure route runner who's ready to make an immediate.
That's
input.
fun.
Yeah. If you're a team that's tanking, Will Steele, Tennessee Titans drafted Traylon Burks last year from Arkansas. Wide receiver. Man,
that's why I said it's fun because they only got 2 young guys to build around.
That's interesting. Interesting pick. I might have went offensive line there. I don't know, but go ahead.
Yeah, they do. They let go a couple of the offensive linemen over the last couple of years. But the kid that's thrown on the rock.
Yo, dog, man, they not gonna be leaning on Malik. I'm prepared to say last year's quarterback class don't even exist. So including Kenny Pickett. So Corral, what's my man's Willis, like all them characters, man, they don't exist no more.
And I think they kept their OC too, who I'm close to Tennessee a little bit because of the company I work for, and I believe they kept their OC who they were trying to find. I could be wrong. Tennessee Titan fans, if you're in here, let me know. But I know they had an issue with their OC. So,
All right, let's move on. Myles Murphy goes 12th overall to Houston. Myles Murphy just been all over the place, huh? Will Steele. We've been looking at Myles Murphy, laughing at him. He's just been all over the place, huh?
Did we do one where he was in the 20s, maybe?
In the 20s, and I seen him in the 30s. I seen him in Buffalo. I seen him in the second round. I see him in the 18s. Now we see him right here at 12.
Now look at your boy at 13. You mean to tell me Philly would seriously look at Nolan Smith and Luke Van Ness and say, "I'm taking Luke Van Ness"?
The best dude is at 13th overall. Like Nolan Smith is the better dude. Chat, is there anybody in the chat right now? And y'all ain't got to lean on my influence. Y'all can just have your own opinion. Is there anybody in the chat right now that feels like Nolan Smith, that feels like out of Luke Van Ness, Myles Murphy, and Nolan Smith, that Nolan Smith is the third best guy? Right? Is there anybody in the chat that feels like Van Ness or Myles Murphy is better than Nolan Smith? Please let me know.
You know how nasty that'd be with Sweat, Nolan Smith, Dean,
don't
Davis.
Say like that, man. Come on, Will. Don't say that. Hell nah. Nolan first. Hell nah. Hell no. No.
Okay, so they did fire the OC. All right, thank you.
Okay. Yeah, I don't see it, but hey, Nolan Smith goes 13. There it is. All right. Bijan Robinson goes to the New England Patriots at 14. The Patriots don't think like every other franchise. They actually can't draft, so this is actually fake and unrealistic. I believe they could see Robinson as a valuable addition instead of a player at a non-premium position. Team up with Ramondre Steele. Hey man, the Patriots don't draft well, dog. Like, get out of here with that. They gonna draft. Now the Patriots might draft Myles Murphy. The Patriots might draft a second.
That's definitely a Patriots pick. Look, this would be a nice little tandem. Ramondre Stevenson and Bijan Robinson, and then they got a quarterback. They don't really like to throw the rock. They're traditional run. This actually makes sense if you wanted to take a running back here for them. Yeah, so I see it, but yeah, I don't know if it's going to help them be formidable right away.
Moving on, the Green Bay Packers. They are set to begin the Jordan Love era. You know, it's funny. He about to get paid too, right? Like Jordan Love in his like 5th year situation.
Kind of has to, yeah.
Drama. The Green Bay Packers select Paris Johnson Jr., offensive line from Green Bay. Now, in a mock last week, we saw Paris Johnson went before Peter Skoronski. So now we see Paris going 15th overall.
So interesting. If we pause here for a second and revisit the draft, we're 15 picks in.
Yes, sir.
And only 2 tackles have been taken.
Yes, sir. 2 tackles, 1 receiver. That's the only thing matters to me off the top. You know what I mean? Couple pass rushers, of course, like damn near all the pass rushers that you would like, they're probably gone right now.
But remember, last week there was a crazy run when we did the mock draft where I felt like 4 tackles went in that top 15 or 16 so picks. So something to keep an eye on for the Cowboys.
Guys like Broderick, Darnell, guys like DeJuan Jones are there. They're just sitting around right now. So cool. Now, Will, this is interesting because we've been seeing in the past couple of mocks like Kincaid is rising. So I wonder if that's the thing that they've been hearing. Dalton Kincaid's a guy that's probably going to be gone, before Dallas even gets on the board, which will, make me smile just a little bit because that'll add to we not going tight end or we'll just draft Darnell Washington or whatever. But Dalton Kincaid going 16th overall. I wonder if they heard something.
He didn't work out today at his pro day. And, I'm about to say the whole back situation. That's interesting that I have not really heard that brought up. Everybody that's been talking about Kincaid, no one's brought up his fractured back. And they're just kind of willing to take him in the first round. I mean, look, tight end in the first round for the Cowboys is still, I don't get it. But a dude with a fractured back,
dog, fractured back is madness.
What about that, bro?
I broke my back,
my neck, and my back.
Spinal, dog. Broderick Jones, one of your offensive tackles, will still. They go 17th overall to the Pittsburgh Steelers. Well, as I'm just looking, okay, let's just keep scrolling because you'll see in a second. Kalisha Cansey goes 18th overall. Yeah, fine. I'm not a big Cansey top 20 guy. But well, look at this next pick. I just totally forgot about this next pick. Look at 19th overall.
Makes sense.
Yeah. We've constantly been seeing Will Levis mocks like the Raiders. He's always the fourth quarterback to go. But him falling to 19 in Tampa Bay. Let me see any quarterback needy teams prior to 19.
Oakland is what Daniel Jeremiah said. He said they could go quarterback here, and then he took, I think, the defense end.
Yeah, Tyree Wilson. So what you're saying is Tennessee passes on quarterback. Green Bay technically passing on quarterback.
Yeah, they believe in love.
I don't believe in love. You get it? Watch the football Wizards pass on Will Levis. Will, you think the Washington football Wizards believe in Sam Howell like long term? Sam Howell from Carolina last year?
If they passing on him, yeah. Because the Cowboys, that might be why they believe in him when he did a damn Dallas.
He beat this, yeah. That's crazy. All right, Will Levis at 19. Interesting. Moving on.
I probably roll with Sam Howell over Will Levis.
Jordan Addison, the second wide receiver, comes off the board at the Seattle second pick. Now, Will, we're constantly seeing people mock wide receivers to Seattle, so maybe they're hearing something. That's probably interesting there. That's interesting there. A small little run. We get Zay Flowers going to the LA Chargers. Down there with Kellen Moore in there. Do your thing. Joey Porter Jr. goes to the Baltimore Ravens. Not a wide receiver right here, but
this is a great pick.
So great pick for the Ravens. How did Joey Porter Jr. fall to like the 22s?
Wow. I'm sorry. Right. I just saw the next pick. But before we get to the next pick, one of the things I love to watch throughout draft day is the Ravens draft picks, because I feel like they always take a dude the Cowboys want or like, and they end up having a fantastic draft.
Not just the dude that the Cowboys like, but people in the streets, like film watchers. Yeah. Like we all collectively respect the player and they just take him. They just up and take him. Hendon Hooker off the ACL.
Yeah, that's the first time I've seen this.
I've not seen Hendon Hooker in the first round before.
Boy.
A 23rd over. I like it though. I like it. Hendon Hooker did some great things this year in Tennessee. They play with a really high tempo. I like the player. I like him a little more than Will Levis, actually. But my rankings ain't official till April. Hendon Hooker at 23 overall, getting Kirk Cousins. Well, he'll probably sit up under Kirk Cousins for like a year or two.
Absolutely, especially with the ACL, right?
Yeah. I like that, Will Steele. Hey, that's a spiffy little pick. But I wonder what made Daniel Jeremiah put that there.
Didn't Kirk Cousins just get some bread too?
I don't know. I don't know if he got bread. I think they was talking about it or something like that. I don't know. Moving on. Deontay Banks, that every time I say his name, Matt Owen trashes him. So he goes 24th overall. There you go, sir. 25th overall. These next picks just make me smile. These next two picks made me want to ask Will Steele to cut the Bobby Shmurda song on these next two picks right here. Like 25 and 26. Go ahead and put them on the screen, Will Steele. We ain't doing nothing. 25 and 26. This combination. Joe Tippmann ain't the 25th overall player. He's not. He's not. Joe Tippmann from Wisconsin, center, by the way. Joe Tippmann might, and scouting the helmet, Wisconsin offensive lineman, I know, but late second guy, maybe. You remember when the Patriots drafted Cole Strange, and everybody was like, "Hey, man, y'all probably could have got Cole Strange a couple rounds later. He'd been fine for you. Like, he'd have been a good player a couple rounds, later." But that's what I think about Joe Tippmann. I don't think about Joe Tippmann as a dude that's getting drafted before DeJuan Jones. Joe Tippmann's not a guy that's getting drafted before Darnell Wright.
This is interesting. There are so many tackles that haven't went.
Steve Avila is another guy. John Michael Smith is another guy that I just don't see Joe Pittman being drafted above those gentlemen. But Will Steele, let me tell you why I like it. You ready?
Yeah.
Team suck at drafting. This is the most realistic pick I've seen all day. This is the most realistic pick I've seen all day. Teams suck at this, Will Steele. Teams trash at this. Somebody probably like Joe Pittman way more than I do. Good. Good. Ultimate Elite 11 says, I really like Joe Tippmann. I think he could be an elite center, but that's really high for him. That's my point. And I think something else too, we just got to be fair about, hey man, second round picks can be good at football too. Third, fourth round picks can be good at football too. As a center, and what Joe Tippmann brings to the I don't think he's going to be a leader, nothing like that. But Joe Tippmann, what he bring? Shouts out to you. Now, Master William, can I play a game with you?
What's the game?
Now that the Cowboys are on the board, I can just cheat around a little bit. So let me ask you this: Mazi Smith or Quentin Johnston? Quentin's on the board right now.
Yeah, he's actually the very next pick. Man, I'm kind of on a Mazi kick right now.
I love me some Mazi. Boy, Mazi hot in the streets right now, boy. Mazi hot in the streets. I feel you.
I'm looking at, we got Cooks, but you know what? But see, here's the thing I was thinking about earlier too. Quentin Johnston, I think, could take over for Gallup at some point. But Mazi just makes so much sense to me because we still have a gaping hole at defense tackle, and I think this dude is more than just a nose tackle.
Let me tell you something, man. I see this comment right here, OTKP.
What's that?
He says, you can find a good interior player in the middle rounds.
See,
I agree you can. But can you find a mother in middle rounds, dog? That's my big question, dog. That's my big question. Yeah.
This is the conversation that I had yesterday and today. That's true. You can find a specific player in the late rounds, Voch. Sure.
But you know what though? Colts fans not saying that about DeForest Buckner.
Right.
Titans fans not saying it about Jeffrey Simmons. You see what I'm saying?
Right. I got the list for you right here. I've been talking about this for the last couple of days.
Oh, please, sir.
Chris Jones, second round. Simmons, first round. Vita Vea, first round. Quentin Williams, first round. Dexter Lawrence, first round. Forrest Buckner, first round. Jonathan Allen, first round. Deron Payne, first round. Christian Wilkins, first round. Dalvin Thompson, second round. Ed Oliver, first round. You got some guys like DJ Reader, you're getting fifth. Javon Hargrave getting the third.
Sure.
But for the most part, when you want to get
a mother,
you got to take him in that first, second round, man. And you and I believe Mazi's a mother.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So you going Mazi? You going Quentin Johnston?
Mazi.
Oh, Jesus, Will Steele.
Yeah.
Chat, y'all going Mazi or Quentin Johnson? What y'all doing?
And as a Cowboy fan, Voch, here's why. I'm tired of throwing bodies at the position. I truly do want a mother. And I feel like Mazi can be a mother for 4 or 5 years for you. And if you don't want to re-sign him, you don't. But here's the thing. That's great. Probably cheap. Well, they're getting about $20 million now. But that's a great value. And he could probably play for you for 8 to 10 years. Yeah. If he turns into a Deron Payne or whomever, Vita Vea, whomever. Look, they take Mazi, boy.
Jello Beats, holla at me.
Come on, man.
Matt Owen hates Mazi Smith. He says every single one of those names are better than Mazi. That doesn't apply. That doesn't apply to me. Because you want to know why? That motherfucker better than Neville. That motherfucker better than, you know what I mean? He better than Bo. And he's a dude that I think can hang around this team for a while. I don't care. Yeah. That's like saying if we draft Quentin Johnston and we groom him to be wide receiver 2, that's almost like you saying, well, he ain't better than T. Higgins. He ain't better than Devontae Smith, or he ain't like XYZ or whatever. Like, he may not be, but he's good for us. You know what I mean? He's good for our situation, right? So yeah, them dudes may be better than Mazi, but Mazi's better than John Ridgeway, Bo, these mid-5th round guys. Go ahead.
And I think we have to start giving a little bit of respect to the value of the position. Look, I get it. If you want a run stuffing only type dude, big fat 340 guy that's only going to play 10, 15 snaps a game, I'll wait till day 3. But how many times have we seen Jeffrey Simmons, Chris Jones, Dexter Lawrence, Quentin Williams, Jonathan Allen, these type of guys, Forrest Buck? How many times have we seen them affect the game from the middle of the pocket? And you got so many pass rushers. What you don't have is that mother in the middle.
Sven, and I hope I'm saying your name right. Sven Krausberg. I hope I'm close. He said TCU destroyed Smith and that line.
It's false. No way. Not this time. We created it. Not this time. No, not this time. It's totally.
Now, if your message says, oh, well, Mazi had some good fights with Steve Avila, sure, you're telling the truth there. But TCU destroyed Smith?
It's false. No way. Not this time. Yeah. We created it.
That's the thing I'm seeing fly around the interwebs too. People just go right to the TCU film as if.
I mean, I got some film too.
Right. I'm about to say as if there isn't any he hasn't won, or like you could find this type of film on every single last prospect.
Yeah. Plus, I got film too. I got 3 clips right here pulled up of Mazi Smith beating the shit out of everybody. I got 3 right here.
Pull them up. Nah, you ain't gotta do it. I'm already sold on the kid. So.
But all right, though, we'll cut this shit back on. All right, here we go. Let's get back to it. Boy, my ego, boy. I need to just grow up.
Bro, what is Daniel Jones smoking with these Eagles picks?
Also, too, one more thing, too, though, chat. Also, too, I apologize. Will Steele, I apologize for the people that saying pull them up. Let me tell you why I ain't got to pull them up. I pulled them shits yesterday. You can't miss shows. Go watch. There you go. I showed a little bit of TCU yesterday, so there you go. Let's get back to the mock, though. We ain't going to keep fighting. Quentin Johnston goes 27 overall. Cool. Darnell Wright goes 28th overall. Cool. Also, too, Will Steele, just for like clarity, I think I might take Quentin Johnston over Mazi, but it's close to me. Close to me. Michael Mayer. I'll take Mazi over Michael Mayer. He goes 29 to the Saints. Fine. They want to draft a tight end.
This last pick.
Now
that's a fight. I know you ain't taking no Mazi over him because that's your guy right now.
I like me some Will McDonald so bad, boy. Boy, I like me some Will McDonald so bad, boy. Sven says, and Michigan is way more talented as a team than TCU. I ain't talking about the team. I'm just talking about Mazi. And they ran the ball at will on their D-line, Voch. I watched the game twice. Voch watched the game like 20 times, but that's what happened when you watch film. But
why are we talking about team success and not the individual player?
Sure, like we're not fighting. I'm not fighting you. I'm like, if you watch the game live, I watched the game live also. But what I'm saying is when I'm watching film on Mazi Smith, I'm looking at his isolated plays.
Right.
So yeah, they may have beaten the shit out of a couple defensive ends. They may have run over a linebacker. A corner may have gotten beat. Hell, Mazi may have gotten blocked a few times. But that individual player that I'm watching for film references, Mazi didn't get smoked versus Michigan. And I'm petty enough to drive the shit on Twitter because I ain't doing nothing else. But anyway, Felix, a player that I like a bunch, defensive end that I like a bunch, goes to the Eagles, but that's fine.
But bro, they took
a better pass rush right after that, so I'm fine with that too.
Why you take 2 defensive ends in the first round? That's crazy.
Hey man, Daniel Jeremiah ain't doing this shit for real, man. But yeah, Felix, yeah. And Will McDonald, I like Will McDonald so bad. McDonald is an elite bender coming off the edge. I said that yesterday, and somebody in the chat thought I was bullshit. And I even showed the film was still. The Chiefs moved on from Frank Clark this offseason and need to add firepower to their pass rush. Okay. Now, Will.
Yeah.
What I'm about to do now is I'm gonna go to Charles Davis's mock, and I'm just gonna skim it a little bit. We just gonna skim and scan a little bit, and I'll just give you a verbal of where I'm at. All right. We'll just see if we can get this done. So at number 1 overall on Charles Davis's board mock draft, he got CJ Stroud, which is different than the last one.
Yeah.
Fine. That's totally fine. That's on par. Nolan Smith went 6 overall on Charles Davis's board, Will Steele. So there are still some discrepancies about Nolan Smith. There's still some conversation to be had about Nolan Smith. Now I'm curious to where he has a guy like Myles Murphy. The last mock that we saw from Daniel Jeremiah, he had Nolan after Luke Van Ness and Myles Murphy. Nolan Smith goes 6th here. Now, mind you, Will Steele, I didn't like Devon Witherspoon for the Lions at 6. I think Nolan Smith at 6 is a banger pick. I think that's a banger of a pick. But
Nolan and Aiden Hutchinson.
Oh my goodness, sir!
Nice.
My goodness, sir. Come on now. And Devon Witherspoon goes the very next pick at 6, so that makes a little bit of sense. Myles Murphy is still top 10 in his world, so maybe Myles Murphy is just causing a little bit of controversy, and maybe there's just a lack of consensus on Myles Murphy, but he ain't the 8th overall player to me. Chicago still gets their guy in Jalen Carter, cool, and the Eagles draft Bijan Robinson at 10 on Charles Davis's board. Like, why would he do that, man? Why would he do that, Will Steele? Oh, man. Anyway, Jackson Smith-Njigba goes 12th overall. Seems to be a consistency for him to go right up in this 15 range, this 10 to 15 range. That seems to be consistent. Chad, I don't know, man. I just think people overrating the shit out of Khalid Kansi, man. I just don't see him as a 13th overall guy. I don't see it in him. I think he's a good player, but I don't see it in him. I'm not saying that. I'm sorry. Dalton Kincaid, once again, Will Steele, he goes in the top half of the draft. He goes 15th right here. So maybe they're on to something. Osiris Torrance going to the Washington Football Wizards makes me just giggle and laugh a little bit.
You don't like him.
Osiris Torrance is a second round guy, but if they got Osiris at 16, I ain't gonna fuss with you, bro. Christian Gonzalez fell to 18th overall after he was just a Lions pick. Right. Disparity. Broderick Jones is falling a little bit, but hey, that's fine. The closer we get to 26, fine with me.
Man, it's
the closer we get.
Just going through these, from reputable analysts, man. Mm-hmm. I remember 2021, the Michael Parsons draft. Yeah. It was a consensus that top 10 felt like. It felt like most people had at least 6 or 7 people in that top 10 to 11 that was all the same. We're seeing guys all over the place now. Yeah. All over the place.
Yeah. It's madness, bro. Deontay Banks goes 20th, similar for him, and this is the second time we've seen Zay Flowers go to the Chargers, so interesting there. The Ravens get their receiver in Jordan Addison, and we see another quarterback, Will Levis. Now, not only do we see another quarterback going to the Vikings, but we see Will Levis tumbling his ass out of his top 10, Will Steele.
And going to the Vikings.
Ain't going right. Well. Last time Hendon Hooker went to the
Right.
Vikings. Levis went to Tampa Bay.
So I'm saying the quarterback twice.
The quarterback to the Vikings. Yes, sir. I hate this fucking man. Turn this shit off. Man, turn this draft off. Brian Bryce at 24, which is trash.
But get Luke Van Ness.
Quentin Johnson at 25,
right
which
before
is
us. Oh my god.
which is trash. Luke Van Ness at 26 is madness, sir.
That's your D-Law replacement.
Why? Hey, actually though, in that role, that does sound kind of solid though. But
Yeah, that's what it would be.
And Mazi goes to the fucking Eagles. All right, man. Look, hey, we gonna go ahead and get rid of this shit. Hey, we gonna go ahead and get this up out of here,
That'd be
dog.
sick. Oh, that'd be Jordan
Yeah,
Davis
Charles
and
Davis.
Mozzie next to each other. But
Yeah, Charles Davis. man.
Sweat?
He not gonna get no. He ain't getting no props from me, man. We gonna go ahead and get out of there. We don't need that, bro. Yeah.
Jalen Hyatt. Remember we talked about speed guys that if you ain't the one team ain't scared of one-trick ponies. That's Kansas City.
There you go. We got 3 callers.
The conference has been locked.
I'll take it. I'll take it. Clock out early. Let's get Los on the phone. See what he's talking about. What's up, Los?
Yo, good afternoon, Voch. Good afternoon, Sky.
What's up, my
Hey,
guy?
yo, Voch.
Yes, sir.
I usually don't come in hot or anything, but are you really a fan of Johnson's game from TCU?
Am I a fan of who from
Quentin
TCU?
Johnson.
Quentin Johnson?
Johnson?
I am, sir. Yes, sir.
Yeah.
Yes, sir.
Man, I don't know. I don't think I can agree with you on that, Voch.
It's okay.
Don't get me wrong. He has size. He's he's like around 6'3", 6'4".
6'3".
But my thing is,
man. That shit
if
X.
you,
Yeah.
I haven't watched too much tape, but from what I've seen, he has a tendency to catch with his body more than his hands.
For sure.
Now, if you're telling me he has that dog in him, catch straight up hands,
Yeah,
then I
that's
could
a
see
dog.
hype around him.
Mhm.
But I think I wouldn't pick him up at 26. I think there's better players to pick him up. Now, that's just my opinion, Voch.
Yeah.
But
Sure.
I don't think Cowboys are going to pick up a wide receiver. But who do you think is the best defensive tackle at 26 that we can pick up? And I'll leave you at that.
So let me just run this by you though, Los. It depends on what you're looking for with Quentin Johnston, right? And I think as long as you don't lie to yourself about the player, you good. So as long as you look at Quentin Johnson and go, hey man, this dude is not Jamar Chase. Of course, because you'll have to draft him like way up in the top 10 somewhere. You know what I mean? So I think the pick for what you getting, you know what I'm saying? I think that works out for me. So Quentin Johnston, what I'll be asking him to do is I'll be asking him to run downfield. I'll be asking him to jump over people, which he does on film. And I just have this soft spot in my heart for yak guys. So even him being a bigger, taller guy, he doesn't play like a big, slow dude. He actually plays too small to his size sometimes. But he's a yak guy. He's a shifty yak dude for a big guy. And I just got a special place in my heart for a wide receiver that can get me more after I've given them what I can give them, So any player that you get at 26 is going to be flawed somewhere. And I don't mind you not being the biggest fan of Quentin Johnston, but as long as we're not evaluating him, like he Justin Jefferson or something, then we're good to go.
I can agree with you on that, Voch.
For sure,
but
for sure.
Like I said,
Great explanation, sir.
I will give him this. I mean, if you give him in the red zone, I don't know what's his red zone numbers in TCU. I haven't seen too much college football.
Mm-hmm.
So I think him in the red zone can be a threat, especially in this offense. Other than that, I just feel like, I don't know. I feel like we already got those yak guys. I mean, that's Brandon Cooks. And
You can never have.
Whoa,
You can never have too many yak. Let me tell you.
What more yak? What?
Let me tell you something.
In the
San
West
Francisco 49ers have been having whack ass quarterbacks, but you know how they like mitigate that? Deebo Samuel was the best yak receiver in college. Brandon Ayuk was the best yak receiver in college. Juwan Jennings was a yak guy coming out of Tennessee. I was a big fan of his. Christian McCaffrey, after he catch the football, he's a yak guy. The more yak you can get, the less responsibility you put on your quarterback, and everybody want that. So give me 5 yak guys if I can get them.
My bad, Voch. I think I'm just coming off that Jason Garrett syndrome. I forget we're coming off a different scheme. So I can agree with you.
It's all good, player.
Peace out, Voch.
And the best D tackle we can find at 26 is Jalen Carter. Appreciate you, sir. Somebody says Quentin Johnson only runs 3 routes. Cool. Mike McCarthy ain't gonna call nothing but a slant, a flat. What else? What a curl?
Sound like Michael Gallup, but I think a more explosive.
Yeah. And his knee don't hurt. And he's young. He, good to go. A little taller. Plus, he is a jump ball guy. So yeah, give me.
If you're drafting Quentin Johnson, you're drafting an X receiver, and if you're the Cowboys and you're drafting Quentin Johnson, that is it for Michael Gallup. He's not going to be here next year.
Yep. Plus, we had this conversation, right? Does signing Brandon Cooks make you not draft a short wide receiver? Right? We just talk about limiting redundancies, right? And we don't have a receiver like Quentin Johnson. You know what I mean? So if he's there, I ain't saying he's the best receiver in the draft or nothing like that. I'm just talking about 26 overall. If he's there at 26 overall, he fits what you're trying to do. He fits the offense. Mm-hmm. So I would not take him just because,
your boy love him. McCarthy liked them those type of size wide receivers. 6'4", 6'3", 6'4" dudes. Yeah, and he probably faster than any of the guys McCarthy drafted. In regards to those big body wide receivers. So,
yeah, Jennings and driving them guys. Yeah, for sure. Let's do it. Let's see what Reek got to say. What's up, Reek? Reek?
Again, Reek.
Boy, this finna be a short show today.
What?
This time he put his phone on mute, but Rick, we gotta get you.
Unmute is Rick.
Snake, are you okay? Snake?
We don't like the phones for this. Hey, look, Will still say, hey man, they say the phone's locked. Like, this is what we get? Rick, one more time, man. I'm gonna just mute him and come back to him.
I think he's asleep, but he muted himself while he sleeps, so he don't get the.
No.
Remember that happened last time.
Yeah. Oh no. Let's see 951. Let's see what they talking about. What up? Who this?
It's Jason from Riverside, California.
What's up, Riverside? What's up, Jason? What you got for the show?
Oh man, I got two things for you. First one, I would like to know. What would you do if you had a perfect world in this scenario?
Riverside,
Hopkins and then draft Mazi, or trade for Buckner and then draft Johnson?
I'm sorry. What the hell you say? Run that shit back. Hold on. Say it again.
Oh, that's fun.
Say it again.
Let's have some fun here.
See, this is why I like Sky. Sky can follow along with me. Appreciate you, Sky.
Hey, whoa, sir. Hey.
What?
That's fair. Go ahead.
No, repeat it again. It was a fun question.
Yo, look, I heard you. No, listen, I heard you, but it just got interesting at the end. So I'm like, hold on, man, run that shit back. But hey, that's fair. Oh, Will, still, I'm gonna stop watching this show. People making fun of me. Oh no, I'm about to cancel the Voch Lombardi live callers. I'm about to go on Twitter and cancel the show.
And coming after yesterday saying like, oh, we're a different kind of show here. We make fun of our fans. They make fun of us.
I'm canceling the show, dog. I don't like it, but hey, that's hey. No, all right, my bad. Run it back. Go ahead.
No, all right, man. No, in a perfect world, if you had this scenario be able to go through 100%, would you trade for Hopkins and then draft Mazi, or would you trade for Buckner and then draft Johnson?
Okay, hold on. Run that back one more time. What'd you say?
All right. So if you had your choice and you were able to get it to go through, would you trade for Hopkins and draft Mazi, or would you trade for Buckner and then draft Johnson?
Okay, so we trading. Hold on. So we going to get Hopkins or Mazi, and shit, man. I was reading the chat, dog. My bad. I was reading the chat, bro. My fault. Okay, Brent. Okay, you said Johnson. Who is Johnson? Quint. Oh, Quint. Okay, go ahead. Just say it again. Just go ahead. Say it again.
All right. So in the world, if you were able to trade for and then draft Hopkins and Mazi, or Buckner and Johnson.
Do I have Brandon Cooks already?
Yeah, of course. He's already signed, ain't he?
Okay. So with Brandon, okay. So Hopkins and Brandon Cooks and Mazi versus
Cooks, Buckner, and then Johnson.
Cooks who? Brandon Cooks. DeForest Buckner on trade block or something?
He requested.
It was brought up on Sky Show earlier that that might be something you might want to look at if you were able to get it done though.
Oh shit! I didn't know Buckner was available. That changed all this shit. Yeah, I mean, I think I'm bringing in Buckner. Buckner's the better dude. Buckner like 29 or something like that, 30, something like that. He came in with Zeke and them, so I'm taking Buckner. Who was with Buckner? Johnston, Buckner, Johnston, and Cook. Shit. Okay, I'm taking them three over Mazi, Hopkins, and what's his name?
Cook.
Yeah.
All right. Much appreciated. Thanks, you guys.
What's your name again, man? It was a fun call.
Jason from Riverside.
Jason, brother, mother. I definitely heard you the first time, Jason. My bad, bro. I just had to.
You're good. I was just messing with you, bro.
Nah, you good. Nah, you good.
Appreciate you, Jason.
Jason Riverside. Hey, we just made you. Platinum, dog. So next time you call in with no issue, man. We're gonna go ahead and get you up out of there.
Thanks, guys. Appreciate it.
Yeah.
Now I'm sad.
How was that?
Now, Will Steele. See how fire it is? We could just laugh at each other.
Yeah, but some people, Zach Brown Band, they don't like it.
How fun it? We can make fun of each other. Okay, maybe Voch getting old. Magic City Voch. Oh, okay. My bad. It's King Elliott. Wait. Hall of Fame get out of Riverside. Okay, I got you. Go ahead, Wilson.
So this Buckner thing came up earlier this morning because there was a report out there that he wanted to play for a contender. But I go look at Buckner's Twitter and he basically dropped the "I'm not effing leaving." So, yeah, he said, "I need you to check your sources, NFL rumors." So, yeah, it looks like that's a fantasy.
Now, Will Steele, Buckner is a mother, and if he's available,
right, that's why I don't think it's a no-brainer. Buckner and Johnston, you get Buckner at a position of need, who's a dude. And then you draft a guy that you can get 5 years of cheap and take over for Michael Gallup. Let's go.
Because at the end of the day, Buckner is going to last longer than Hopkins anyway.
Yes. Yeah, he's about 2 or 3 years younger and at a position that actually can play pretty long.
The age as well. Yeah. Give me DeForest Buckner. I forgot to unmute Reek, so I just left him. Reek, can you hear us? God. All right, we're gonna go ahead and get Reek up out of there, man. Boy, Reek be tired, man. Reek be tired, boy. All right, let's get. No, I ain't mean. Stop. I ain't mean to play that. There we go. Let's get into these supers then, man. We know Hopkins wants to be a Cowboy receiver. Elliot, Will, you said something very poignant earlier, and I 100% agree with you. I'm greedy. Just because I got Brandon Cooks don't mean I can't. Because we still got a fifth and a sixth to go. I'll just bring in Hopkins and just say bye to semis. That ain't nothing. That ain't nothing.
Shit, I would love for it. I just ain't gonna put my mental in that space because I don't even want to think about it.
You don't even want to get let down like that, man. Right. All right. On the volume side, appreciate y'all, man. I used to dream about days like this, man. You know what I'm saying? So I appreciate y'all for tuning in, man. All right. The 23rd. DJ dropped 5 in the super chat. He says, I have a customer, so I will miss the show today. But I will catch it on demand. Salute. Appreciate you, DJ. Salute, my guy. And Chris said, Chris dropped 5. He says, Marv be like, get that 56 from Los Santos, Robbie Manger. Look, Marv know all the numbers. It ain't no thing to do. It ain't no thing to do your thing. Okay.
It ain't no thing to yeah.
This is what I do the best. Round table.
Yes, sir.
Round table coming, man. Appreciate you, Chris. Appreciate your career. Appreciate it. Let me refresh it. We good. And on the Voch Lombardi side, Yo, Will Steele, man. I just remember them days to where if I got like 200 people watching my live stream, I just be blown away. You know what I mean? I just be grateful for having 200. You know what I'm saying? And we come into
200.
You know what I'm saying?
Remember the
And
days I was grateful for 20.
For 12. You know what I mean? You know what I mean? When the chat box used to move slow enough, you could read everybody. You know what I mean? I remember them days.
Yeah.
You know, and now we have days where we, pull in 1,200, 1,500, and on a slow day on mock draft Thursday, we like pushing 600, 700. You know what I mean? Like, bro, 700 was enough to go to Golden Corral back in the day, bro. Kidding me? All right. On the Voch side, let's read these supers. Boom, boom, boom. That ain't where the supers at. All right, here goes. All right, now I'm refreshing. All right, here we go. 23rd. Adrian Lindsay draw 5. Your boss, Colin. Colin's not really my boss, all right. Colin need to keep that name out of his mouth if he's not gonna do any research on our offense when Kellen is sabotaging games out of hate. That's definitely Illuminati theory, Adrian.
Telling you, I ain't gonna. I'm gonna just leave. Look, Colin don't really feel that way.
Colin, yeah, Colin understand wrestling.
Yes,
Colin understand wrestling, man. Hulk Hogan and Andre the Giant friends in real life, dog. Like it's all good, man. Colin know what's gonna like piss y'all off, man.
Yes.
And it works.
And that's what that is what should be the most annoying thing as a Cowboy fan. It's not that you believe what he's saying, it's just that you know what pisses you off, and he's doing it.
Yeah. We them boys who hate the Cowboys dropped the deuce and says Johnson is a good cheap wide receiver. Indubitably. Appreciate you, sir. And Mr. Leota says, yakety yak, don't talk back. Inside joke, Winston?
I mean, it's like a drop. Yakety yak. I think that's a thing, but I don't know what the inside joke is.
Yeah, you never. All right. Appreciate you though. Appreciate you, Mr. Leotis. And let me hit refresh over here. I know L dropped something somewhere when he don't need to be. I need to be super chatting him. L say just showing love. The world gets smarter every time Voch and Sky Stream keep going. Kangs Studio.
Kangs.
2023. Not the Kings, the Kangs.
Kangs. We going to see the Kangs.
It's fantastic. Voch Lombardi burner account. Oh no.
Oh wow.
No. He dropped he or she them
shimmer.
Them dropped the dime and says Darnell Washington. I like the pick. You ain't convincing me at all. All right, let's do these. You know, Marcus Harrison actually opened up his poetry book with his own work in it yesterday, and he dropped a quote from his book into the chat yesterday. So that was interesting. Hear ye. L says he'll take a super chat too. Sit down now. It's Voch Lombardi live, sir. Marcus Hardison says, at the volume, that's me and Will Steele today. You know what I'm saying? That's me and Will Steele today when he say that. Iceberg talked about my alligator strap. Yeah, I got the blue alligator strap on the Seiko today. So it's cool. That's me and Will. Marcus Hardison says, at the volume, our experiences mesh to form who we are. Our experience comes from repetition. With repetition comes mastery. With mastery comes a successful mission. Come on, Will. Hey, man. Hold up. Our experiences mesh to form who we are. With experience comes repetition. With repetition comes mastery. With mastery comes a successful
What's that beat drop?
mission. Damn. Hey, hold your L. Lion sleep outside. UNLV. Appreciate you, Marcus Harrison, man. Appreciate you holding us down. All right. I think that's all we got for y'all today, man. You know what I mean? Got off a little bit early. Shaq says need more soliloquy. Hey man, we drop videos all week. We do streams. Hey man, relax, man. I got a Patreon. Hey, relax.
He wants you to be 3 different folk. Yeah.
We tired, man. Twitch. And look, dog, Shaq be on all the platforms. Shaq be on the Twitch. And Shaq act like he ain't got all the
We putting in the work, trust and believe, man.
Tired, man. Wait till April. After April. After June, really. Hey, we appreciate y'all for tuning in.
By the way,
yes, sir.
Draft night might be a thing, dog. So about to wrap.
Might
be a thing. We well, I'll know more next week because I might be calling an audible, as you like to say in the chat. Might be calling an audible. So I'll rap to you.
Live from both.
Skywalker Studio. No, not live. Not live from both. No.
Okay.
No, nope. So we'll see. Well, I'll have official word next week, but that'd be dope.
Hey man, y'all might get Voch and Sky on draft day. We'll see. Voch about to drop an MMA channel over in the Patreon. Sometimes we in the Twitch we do show some of my dojo clips over there. So sometimes we do that. Nick NBA dropped a dude says, "What's up, Voch? Who's the next Patreon watch? Like Drew Sanders or something. Drew Sanders and some other people. Stay tuned. I'll let you know. Just a dude drop 5. It says, I heard every man has 2 lives. The second begins when he realizes he only has 1.
Wow.
That's cold. That's cold right there. That's cold. Bijan's second life starts with Dallas. Second life starts with Dallas. That's facts, man. I don't do jiu-jitsu. I should, but I do Muay Thai, which I love a little more. All right, man. If y'all want to get more content, we tired already, man. But if you want more football content, more film. If y'all want the long form film session, go to patreon.com/Voch Lombardi. If you want my non-football platform, that is twitch.tv/Voch Lombardi. We do some fun things over there. I might be on it today. We'll see. Master William is over on A to Z Dallas in the morning from 8:30 to 10:30. A to Z Dallas on YouTube, by the way. And I'm telling you, what else?
Look, somebody said I need to get a Twitch. I'm a little bit of a boomer when it comes to that stuff, so I'm about to holler at Voch, or somebody about to holler at me because I'm about to be back on Apex.
Yeah,
so I'm gonna try to stream from the station to to the folks. But I'm a boomer when it comes to Twitch, bro.
I still got a lot to learn because I don't know how to do Discord yet. You know what I mean? So I mean, I'm 31, not 21. All right, but y'all hold down for Dose and Peace Whiskey. Till next time. Volume.
Are you not entertained?
Beats Planet.
Are you not entertained?
Nah, I fool with Apex, L. That's it, though. Nothing else. Might have to get the duty.
I'm about to say something to get me canceled.